All right, guys, so this is the read aloud of the article Halloween. It says you probably know a lot about Halloween already. You know that you dress up in costumes and go to get candy. You go from door to door saying trick or treat in order to collect candy from your neighbors. You may also know some of the safety rules about Halloween, such as going in with a grown-up or throwing away candy that is opened. But Halloween has an interesting history that you probably don't know very much about. As I continue reading paragraphs 2, 3, and 4, you can complete the green section on your organizer, putting facts about the history of Halloween in there, or simply highlight and take some notes and then complete that organizer after the read aloud is done. Either option is okay. Paragraph 2. Technically, Halloween means All Hallows Eve. It was later shortened to Halloween. Halloween started in Britain and Ireland. The people that lived there over 2,000 years ago were called the Celts. November 1st was the end of their harvest season. In order to celebrate this, they had a huge festival on October 31st. They lit bonfires and made sacrifices to their gods. They dressed up in animal skins for the festival. This may be why we dress up in costumes for Halloween today. The Celts believed that ghosts and goblins and other strange creatures roamed the earth during their celebration. The scary creatures would do a lot of damage, so people would put food outside their houses. They thought that the food would help keep creatures away. Okay, I'm going to pause there. Paragraph 2 talks about kind of where Halloween got started, who started Halloween, and then harvest season. Okay, if you are unsure what harvest season is, it's when farmers would grow crops, grow vegetables. And so the end of that season is when they decided to celebrate, which was on October 31st. Okay, so all of those facts you could put into the organizer. Paragraph 3. After the Romans conquered Britain, they combined some of their holidays with those of the Celts. Their holidays honored both the dead and the goddess of harvest. Finally, Christianity took over Britain and Ireland. However, many people continued to celebrate the old holidays, even though they weren't Christian holidays. So the Pope changed the holidays and replaced them with Christian ones. November 2nd became All Souls Day, November 1st became All Saints Day, and October 31st became All Hallows Eve or Halloween. So, important information from paragraph 3, I would note that eventually the Romans conquered Britain, and when that happened, Halloween became the festival, the event that was celebrated on Halloween, which is October 31st. In paragraph 4, over time, some of the traditions that we still see today at Halloween have evolved, meaning they have grown into something bigger, okay? And as I continue reading this, there are going to be three ideas that we celebrate today. We continue with this in our Halloween festivities and where they came from. So these three facts, I would say, are very important to include on your organizers. First one, long ago, beggars would go from house to house begging for food. In return, they would promise to pray for families and their dead relatives. This is probably how trick-or-treating started. People would dress up as goblins, fairies, and other supernatural creatures that they believed roamed the earth at that time. That is probably how the idea of dressing up in costumes came to be. People would cut out scary faces on gourds or potatoes in order to scare away the creatures. That is probably how the tradition of jack-o'-lanterns got started. Okay, if you are wondering what a gourd is, I want you to first think about where that's tied into. It's tied into the fact that people would cut out scary faces, and it goes into the jack-o'-lantern. So a gourd is actually like a type of pumpkin. Different colors, oranges, reds, yellows, greens, and they always generally have like bumps and things all over them. So that's a gourd, okay? If after you read this, you still have some questions, need some help with clarification, just let me know. And if you did not complete that organizer as you were reading, what you will do now is go back into our writing folder, open up the History of Halloween fact organizer, and then complete the 2 boxes. The one is green and the other is the orange and red one. Okay? Thanks, guys.